Alright folks, another day, another hunt. I've got a couple of hours of daylight, so I thought I'd get into it. Server's down at work, so I've got a plastic bag over the top of the Safari. There's kind of intermittent showers. They're not particularly heavy, but I'm just protecting the machine. But you can see I've got a 37 coming around to the hole. I was in a bare patch of ground, so there's no particular grass here, but it's just popped out in the plug, and you can see to the side there, it's like a Commonwealth of Australia penny. And it is, and the date is 1 second, $1928, I think, or it could be 1923. That's the first find of the day. I've been here about 5 minutes, so excellent. Let's keep on going, eh? Alright folks, next target, probably about 3 minutes later. Was down a fair way. It sort of popped out just over here. Let's go in and have a look at that. Right. It looks to be a button. Tell you what folks, it looks like I'm going to just get the toothbrush out for a minute. So bear with me, I'm going to turn you off and I'll bring you back in a second once I've cleaned it up. I don't want to break the shank off the back of that button, so I'm going to take it real easy and give it a toothbrush. One moment. Alright, it's not Chinese. I was looking at it that way and it looks Chinese when you look at it that way, but when you turn it this way, it looks like it's Victorian era script, and it says EFW maybe. And on the back the shank is intact, there's maker's marks and everything like that. I'm going to have to take this one home and do a little bit of research. EFW, emergency fire warden perhaps. I'm just spitballing here, but I'll take it home, do some research, and I will put it as a postscript to this video, or I'll talk about it in the wrap up. But that is a cracking find. This park is, you know, I've been here several times. I've taken a lot of Victorian era coins out of this park, so it certainly fits the era of the park. But yep, I'll research that and I'll get back to you guys. But I am well chuffed with that. Not bad. Second target of the day. Right guys, got another 32. Said it was down a little bit deep, and you can see it's just popped out down here. Out. Hey, look at that. So that looks like a lady's scarf pin, missing the stabby bit, clasp I suppose is the proper name, that goes through. It looks like it's made of brass or copper, and it was at some stage painted. It's a pretty little thing. Let's keep on going, see if we can find some more coins. Alright folks, we've got ourselves a 34. Still spitting a little bit here. I've left it in the hole, just popped it. You can see it sitting down there under the tree roots. It's got a really nice green patina to it that I can see. So I'm going to go out on a limb right now before I even pull it out and say it's probably an old brick. Let's have a look at it, eh? And I'm wrong. It's actually a Commonwealth of Australia, 1910. Look at that. That's beautiful condition, and just raindrop right. Just hit the date then. 1910. In absolutely gorgeous condition. Look at that. Alrighty. It's a nice find. Alright, let's keep going, eh folks? See what else we can find, eh? Alright folks, another 35. So where my digger is, just there is where my previous plug was, and just there next to that plug is the new plug, and you can see the coin sitting there in the spoil. I've of course nicked it because that's just what I do, and this one's King George the 6th, which more than likely a Skippy halfpenny, and it is. Looks like 1948, so a 1948 Skippy halfpenny. No, it's excellent. The coins are coming along nice and thick and fast, and close together, which is handy. Means I don't have to walk far. Alright, let's keep going, eh? Alright folks, I don't know if you can see this. My detector just went off and I kind of thought I'd ignore it because it was just the right signal but really shallow. Like gives quite a distinctive double beep. But I don't know if you can see, given how the light's gone, but just tucked in here, just there, is what looks like a penny surface find. Yep, it is. It's a Roo penny. So it's quite dry on the top, just been under the leaf litter, wet on the bottom because that's where the ground was. You can actually see the indentation from it, just there. Wow, I have never surface specced a penny in a park before, but hey, I'll take it. Looks like a 1950 weight. Yeah, 1950 Roo penny. How weird is that? Alright, let's keep going, eh? Right guys, the sun's starting to go down, so I've gone to headlamp just to make it easier. Got a 37, nice plug in there, very nice lawn. And it's just popped out up the end here. Just here, looks to be a penny. It's a Commonwealth of Australia penny. I'll give it a quick ride. There we go, and it looks to be 1936. Probably got about another half hour here, and when the sun goes down I'm going to scoot. Starting to get a bit cold, but we'll see what else we can find, eh? Okay, so 35's the next number. My previous plug was just there, and I've come across down inside the hole. You can just see the side of a coin there. I'm going to reach in and get that. Let's have a look at that together. Alright, she's an old Brit. That's King Edward on the back of there. Give me a second. It is indeed King Edward. So let's have a look at the front. Alright folks, just give me a second, I have to give this a bit of a scrub. Okay, looks like a 1910. So post Queen Victoria. So 1910 British penny. Excellent. Alrighty, let's keep going, eh? Alright folks, a 36, and it appears we have our first silver of the evening. You can see it glinting in there, just tucked in the corner of the plug. I'm going to reach in and grab that. I'm going to say before I take it out, it hasn't got any of that greenish kind of cast about it, so I'm going to go with a 92.5. I'll just pop that out of there. So a little threepence, and indeed it is. I'm going to rub it because I can, and it's a 1942. I know that you can't see much there when I shine the light directly on it. 1942, looks like a Denver mint. There we go there folks, beautiful little threepence. Excellent, silver. Let's head back to the car, eh? It's getting cold. Alright folks, I'm about 3 steps further on towards the car from my last good signal, which was a threepence, and it looks like I've got another one, 37. And pretty much exactly the same as last time, just hanging in the corner of the hole there. I'm going to reach in and get that. Oh, no, she's not a threepence. She is a sixpence. When I say she, for any of my female viewers, and I don't think I've actually got any because girls don't seem to be into metal detecting. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, that aside, when I say she, I'm talking about the coin, and it looks to be, wait, to give that a bit of a rub. And then have a look at it really closely. I want to say 1921. You can probably see that better than me, but I think it's a 1921 sixpence, 92.5% silver. Alright, having a good night so far. I will get back to the car. Alright, let's keep moving, eh? So still working my way back towards the car. I've come across a nice 35 signal that you just saw. and I've just pulled this old 303 cartridge case out of the deck. I'll give it a bit of a clean on the bottom, see if we can get some head stamp details. That'll tell us the age and everything else. So I'm not sure how much you can see there, but I can definitely see a 44 at the top, which tells me the vintage of the cartridge case, and then there's the rest of the head stamps there. 44 is the date of manufacture, so it's a wartime piece, which fits in with what I know about this particular area. And you can see it's been fired by a SMLE, which was the standard. You can always tell the difference between a rifle firing these and the Bren gun, which was also 303. The Bren gun has a more ovoid firing pin, which produces a indentation in the primer, which is oval in shape. This one is not; it's round, which makes it the standard Lee Enfield rifle. All right, let's keep going, eh? Well, I'm trying to get back to the car, but I keep finding stuff. Let's keep going. All right, guys, I'm on my way back to the car, detecting back as you do. Got a nice 29, and look at what has just popped out of the plug. Let's reach in there. I am pretty sure this is a military badge. I'm pretty sure I'm looking at the back of it, and judging by what I can see from the back, first of all, there's one lug intact, one lug gone. I am almost positive this is a Second World War Air Force badge. Yeah, I have no. It's even, holy crap. If this is what I think it is, and it certainly looks like it is, I am going to get a toothbrush, but I am almost sure this is... It looks like Royal Flying Corps to me, but just let me get the toothbrush onto this. This is amazing. I have never, ever found one of these before. Hold on, guys. And folks, it looks like it is. That looks like a Royal Flying Corps hat or cap badge. Royal Flying Corps predated the Royal Australian Air Force, and indeed the Royal Air Force. If this, I'll go home and research this. You can bet I'm going to research this, but I am pretty sure this is a First World War Royal Flying Corps hat or beret badge, and it is in, apart from that lug that's snapped off and a slight twist or bend, it is in fantastic condition. I am pretty stoked, folks. Alright, you can tell how much my hands are shaking. This is a pretty big deal for me. Alright, guys, I'm going to keep on heading back to the car and probably call it quits. If I don't see you, I'll see you tomorrow morning for the roundup. Of course, it won't be tomorrow morning for you. It'll be the next segment of this video. Alright, folks. Alright, folks, just a wrap up of last night. Or yesterday afternoon, really. Got these two items here. I'll come back and talk about those in great detail. Pretty excited about both of them, to be honest. Over here we've got our only Brit penny that came out of the hunt last night, 1910. Pretty good detail. And there you've got King Edward the 7th on the back. I've talked about the patination on these before. I don't need to talk about it again. Not as old as I'd like, but you know what? It's still a nice Brit penny. We've also got 3 Commonwealth of Australia pennies. That's surface find Roo penny that you saw me pull up. I think it's just obviously the gardener's been moving some soil around, and that's what we've ended up with. Got a halfpenny in there, 1948. Roo. This was the 303 shell casing, and you can see right there the date 1944. I talked about it last night, and I don't think I need to go on with it anymore. Couple of 1 cent pieces. What have we got there? $8 in spending money. The 2 silver coins that I pulled out. So a 1942 Denver Mint threepence. And you can see that's 925. There's no green marking on it at all. And you can see the little D just under the 2, under the scroll, under the 2 there. I'll flip it over, and there you got King George. Try and just rotate a little bit so he's head up. It's in pretty good nick. King George the 5th. Or is it the 6th? I can't remember. And then we've got a 1921 sixpence. Just try and get the detail in there. It's a fine line between putting him in the sun and losing all the detail. And then you got King George the 5th on the back, which would quite obviously make this one King George the 6th. Anyway. Alright, let's go over to these 2 items here. We'll start here. Last night when I pulled it up, or yesterday afternoon, I called it a Chinese coin because it was, a Chinese button, and you can see why when you look at it from that angle. And then I turned it that way and said it was EFW. Bloody Victorian script. I actually turned it around again. And there we have MFB, a Metropolitan Fire Brigade. So this is a mid-1800s button. You can tell by the script that's on it. It's in beautiful nick. A little ding up the top here. I didn't break anything off it. The shank's still on it. It's in particularly good nick. I'm going to give this to my brother-in-law. He's a firefighter. And he collects firefighter historical pieces, so I think he'll be stoked to get this. And the one that I'm most stoked about is this jobby here. It's a Royal Flying Corps hat badge. Now, the Royal Flying Corps, in my haste last night, I said it was the forerunner to the Royal Air Force. That was incorrect. The Royal Air Force, the Royal Flying Corps, and the Royal Naval Air Service all operated side by side in the First World War. The Royal Naval Air Service was obviously Navy's equivalent of the Air Force. The Royal Air Force was the Air Force, and the Royal Flying Corps was the Army's version of the Air Force. They were raised in 1914 and disbanded or joined with the Royal Naval Air Service and the Royal Air Force to become the Royal Air Force in 1918. So a very, very short history. There was an Australian Flying Corps as well. However, the Australian Flying Corps wore the rising sun on their hats. So this may have been from an ex-British gentleman, and I say gentleman because the ladies didn't fight in World War One. However, there may have also been an Australian that was seconded. We did send 4 squadrons of Australian Flying Corps over to the UK, who fought with distinction in France and also in the Middle East. So it may have actually been one of the Australian Flying Corps guys who brought home a badge, or a British gentleman. But anyway, that is a beautiful piece of World War One history. I've found plenty of World War II rising sun badges and the like, but this is the first confirmed World War One badge that I've found. Pretty stoked by that. I'm going to wrap it up now, but guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you were here to witness my my first find of a World War One badge. Cheers guys, see you next time.